On what basis do you purchase milk from the supermarkets? Do you make a choice based on the price difference, or you go by the brand that you already know? Have you ever considered making a choice or buying milk based on the nutrients content that you get from it after consuming it? Today's episode takes us through a very important component of our daily meal. I'm talking about milk. Do not go anywhere, we'll be right back. Milk is a nutrient-rich liquid food produced by mammals and is the primary source of nutrition for younger mammals and human infants before they are able to digest solid foods. As a good source of many essential nutrients such as calcium, protein, vitamin D, many people see it as a vital component of their daily meal. Others, however, have different reasons why milk has to be taken completely out of their daily meal. A common reason is lactose intolerance, a mild condition whereby the body is unable to digest sugar that is obtained from milk and milk products as a result of the body's deficiency to lactase, an enzyme that does this breakdown. Raw milk mostly comes from cow, even though other mammals like sheep, goats, water buffalo can produce milk, but it's very rare. For some reasons, such as higher demand for formula feeds and dairy products on our markets, cow milk has become an irresistible option that we cannot do away with. Human breast milk bridges the gap between the intrauterine dependence, that is when the baby is still in the uterus and has to be fed internally, and extrauterine independence, that is when the baby has been delivered and has to be fed externally. Cows, I'm talking about baby cow, need to grow within a very short period of time, and for this reason, higher amount of protein is required for this rapid growth. This protein is found in cow milk. Human, on the other side, need to develop their brain and their nerves at early stage quickly, more than their physical body is supposed to be developed. And for this reason, excess fat is required for this brain development. And this fat is found in human breast milk. That is a reason why we are always emphasizing on exclusive breastfeeding, so that the baby will get the required nutrients to develop certain organs at a particular time. But mothers will not. Today's episode isn't about breastfeeding. Exclusive breastfeeding is a whole topic on its own that has to be treated for a full episode. Today's episode is about knowing that there is a difference between type of milk and brand of milk. When you're talking of brand of milk, we're talking about Ideal milk, Carnation milk, Peak milk, Dano milk, so forth and so on. When we talk about type of milk, that is when the nutritional content comes in. The type of milk could be whether it's evaporated milk, whether it's condensed milk, whether it's skimmed milk, and even with the skimmed milk, we have different types. Knowing your nutritional health condition and the type of milk that best suits your health is the goal. Talking of the type of milk, we start with whole milk. That means the milk that has all its components intact. That is whole milk. Basically, whole milk is milk that has been squeezed from the breasts of the cow and has been undergone pasteurization, been packaged for commercial purpose. After pasteurization, there is nothing done to the milk again. No additional sugar, no additional fat, no extraction of fat or no extraction of sugar. Whole milk has the most milk fats. According to standards, a milk is considered whole milk when it has about 3.25 to 4% of fats in the milk at the point of packaging, and that makes milk whole milk. That means taking 1 glass of whole milk gives you 150 calories at a spot. Consuming a glass of whole milk which contains 8 grams of fat is way too much for a sedentary life. So there had to be a modernized way to cut down fat in milk, and that brings us to skimmed milk. Skimmed milk has been less desired by most people but considerably more healthy. Skimmed milk has its fats completely removed from the milk, and it's called skim because when the fat is removed from the top of the milk literally skimmed off the creamy part that is layered on top of the milk. The best part and distinct difference, if you ask me, is that skimmed milk has no fat or whatsoever in there as compared to whole milk. So when you take 1 glass of skimmed milk, it contains just 90 calories as compared to whole milk, a glass of whole milk containing 150 calories. So right now you know which of these two types of milk to choose for your health condition. Either you go in for whole milk that has 150 calories per glass, or skim milk that has 90 calories per glass. Aside whole milk and skim milk, there are other types that come out of whole milk. Other types of milk that we mostly see on the shelves at the supermarkets are evaporated milk and condensed milk. Both are milk made from whole milk, having about 60% of their water content being evaporated. The physical difference here is condensed milk appear to be thicker or more viscous than evaporated milk. This is because condensed milk has more or extra sugar added to it, making it look thicker and brownier than evaporated milk. Considering the excess sugar that is being added to condensed milk, it is obvious that condensed milk will have higher extra calories than just evaporated milk on the shelf. Knowing the components of the different types of milk now, it is very easy to choose which of these types of milk best suits your health condition. If you have a chronic condition like diabetes, hypertension, mild stroke, cardiovascular disease, you know which of these milk types to go for, which of these is having lesser calories, which of these is having less amounts of sugar in it. If you are a baker, you bake, you do pastries, you know which of these milk types to go for that will help for your commercial purpose. I hope now when you go to the markets or when you enter supermarkets to purchase milk, you will not look at the price tag, which of them is expensive, which of them is less expensive to purchase. Rather, you would look out for the components of these different types of milk, looking at the amount of sugar that is in each, looking out for evaporated, looking out for condensed, looking for skim. Even with the skim milk, we have low fat, we have reduced fats, and we have fat free, that is the skimmed milk. Of course, we also have lactose free milk, that's for those having the mild condition of lactose intolerance. So please purchase milk based on your health condition, not based on the brand name or based on the amounts, the price tag that is there. And that brings us to the end of today's episode. We are hoping to see ourselves on a bigger screen. We are hoping to see ourselves on a bigger screen soon on our multi-TV channel. Yay! Beautiful braids are made by Radiant Hair Treats. You can check them out on Instagram. Radiant Hair Treat does home service within the Tamale metropolis. Wherever you are, being in your office, being in your home, being in your hostel, call Radiant Hair Treats and they will attend to you at the comfort of your home with very little charge.